All right, this is our second week.
Second week. Happy Black Business Entrepreneurs, Business Owners Month, and Disability Awareness Month.
All right, let's start the music.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we're back once again. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review, where we come to you live from Mott Branch Library. So what are we going to do? Well, kind of the same thing we did last week. We're going to click on our intro video. That way you can like, share, and comment. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. We'll be right back.
I must confess that that dream that I had that day has at many points turned into a nightmare. Now, the other thing that we've got to come to see now that many of us didn't see too well during the last 10 years, that is that racism
Not guilty
is still alive in American society and much more widespread.
Broke his neck after Baltimore police.
A handful of protesters, a handful of criminals and thugs who...
Many in moments of anger, many in moments of deep bitterness, engage in riots. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in the position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention.
Mr. Gray's death was a homicide.
The Negro was freed from the bondage of physical slavery.
The athletes marched onto a stage.
But at the same time, the nation refused to give him land to make that freedom meaningful. Freedom without land to cultivate. Freedom and famine at the same time.
And create jobs for our people.
The Negro is to be free. He must move down into the inner resources of his own soul and sign with a pen and ink of self-assertive manhood his own Emancipation Proclamation. But I want to get the language right tonight. I want to get the language so right that everybody here will cry out, yes, I'm black, I'm proud of it, I'm black and beautiful. Individually, we are poor when you compare us with white society in America. We are poor. Collectively, we are richer than all the nations in the world with the exception of 9. That's power right there if we know how to prove it. We begin the process of building a greater economic base. And at the same time, we are putting pressure where it really hurts. We don't have to argue with anybody. We just need to go around to these stores and to these massive industries in our country. Say, God sent us by here to say to you that you're not treating his children right. We come by here to ask you to make the first item on your agenda bad treatment where God's children are concerned. Now, if you are not prepared to do that, we do have an agenda that we must follow. And our agenda calls for withdrawing economic support from you. We mean business now, and we are determined to gain our rightful place in God's world.
All right, we're back. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review, where we come to you live or stream live from Bob Brett's Library every Tuesday, 6 o'clock. And a big shout out to the staff here at Mont Branch, Kevin, Teresa, Andrea, Olivia, and all the rest. I'll let Jody mention the rest of them. And they always roll out the red, black, and green carpet for us. Let's get into some introductions, and then we'll get into our mission statement and guiding principles. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad, one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey. And look to hear from Mike Leonardi next week. He's going to stream in, from Italy. Yep. So he's going to be streaming at 12 midnight. It'll be 6 o'clock here. So I was not going to do it the other way around. And also today we had a visit from Jabril Bey. So we had, and if you know Jabril Bey, hey, that's your own fault. All right, not mine. And also I'm an active and registered member of the Nation of Islam here in Toledo. And if you drive by our mosque on Brown in Nebraska, we're getting it back up and running from the car, driving right into it last year. It's taken a lot of bricks and lumber to get it back together. But slowly but surely, we're getting that. What am I wearing? Today I have on a gray shirt, gray button-up shirt, my black hat. I got my glasses on from Optigo, twixt in between. So if you see my sister, Kristen, hit her up. Try to get yourself a $10 discount or 10%, whichever comes first. All right, she'll have to deal with me later on. And I got my beads on today. And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting, protecting, and defending all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. This is the home of Black Lives Matter and Justice or Else. And what that means is that we've created our own platform for the activist community and the protest culture, where we can live stream and talk about the things that we want to talk about. So just as something might be the talk of the day, there may be some more pressing things for us in Toledo to discuss. And so with that, I'm going to throw it to Jody, and then we'll get into our mission statement, and I'll do the guiding principles, and then we'll move forward.
What's up, everybody? Jody J. Summers, child of the system, better known as Spoken Truth, the treasurer of this wonderful organization that you guys keep continually coming back to after 12 long years. Even though we have switched from in-person meetings, the podcast is doing lovely and 6 years strong.
Yeah, I like to get back to that. In-person
meetings and stuff.
I mean, we're still live here. All right.
And they'll be coming, hopefully, soon in the near possible future and stuff like that. Want to also thank you guys again for tuning in each and every single week, whether it's when we're live or when we're not. And we describe ourselves, as Brother Washington says, because we know we're on multiple platforms. So thank you for watching from Facebook. Thank you for watching from YouTube. Thank you for listening on Spotify. I am a big brown bear of a man that is covered in tattoos and crystals and stones and bones and artifacts from doing this for the last 12 years, writing books, starring in films, joining organizations, taking a political office, starting nonprofits, and all the stuff that comes along with art and performing. I hope to see everybody in 30 days at Artomatic, and hopefully everybody gets the chance to see the mural I'll be drawing before Park Jam, which I'll be talking about later in the updates part. But on the 20th, as I'll be doing year 3 of the murals for the Chalk the Walk and everything like that. Again, as we started off the show, if you didn't catch us in the very beginning when you can't see us, but this is Black Business Month, also Black August, and Disability Awareness Month. There are many other awareness months that we are aware of, but we got to pick a couple and keep it rolling.
Right. That's right.
So because people have asked me recently, like, how do you know what every month is? I kind of ask, I do some research. I don't ask a bot or anything like that. I try and stay away from all that AI and chat GPT and stuff as much as possible.
Okay. All right. Okay.
These my breaks.
But
for all of you out there, how do you start something like this with the world going the way it is? My condolences to the families that lost a couple of members at the Brent industry. There's something going on the east side of Toledo now. So if you're in that area, they're asking people to stay away within the 1 mile radius.
Yeah.
Completely not connected, but you come up with a mission statement
and the guiding principles, which is like the glue that keeps us all together.
Yep. So no matter what you might be doing in your organization or joining one, I hope that you find one that actually does have a list of rules or for that reason. So when me and Brother Washington are gone, this organization, not a nonprofit, we are grassroots. Big differences when it comes to funding and stuff like that. But so hopefully when me and him aren't in these seats, there'll be younger people with a little less, I can't say fear because I really ain't got none, but a little less to lose than we've acquired over the years of us meeting politicians.
Right.
Going to boards.
And at our age, whoever takes us over has got to be younger than us. All right.
Revolutions.
That's
historically accurate are started by the young. And unfortunately, they get taken over by older people who thinks the money that can change everything, and it's a tool. Your passion, your drive to do everything. I want to give a big fist up and shout out to whoever I don't know that helped with the awareness of the flock cameras that's been going around the country and also here in Toledo. Shout out to Pete Gherkin for at least attempting to say something, no matter what our new sheriff, I think it is, thinks.
Navarre, that's Sheriff Navarre.
I thought he got kicked out.
Well he's double
retired.
Dipping. Right, he's
so,
double dipping. They retire, then they get hired somewhere else.
I saw some stuff, and my apologies. I've been working 7 days straight. I got to go back into work after this, but I try and catch up on as much as I can in the news and possible and stuff like that, and I'll give you some more stuff and updates. But if you don't have something that at least has a mission statement or
guiding principles,
then you might want to run because they might not last that long.
That's right.
Many come into this field, especially now in the mental health world, that aren't really there for the people. So just be cautious. The world can be a very dangerous
They never
place.
were there for the people.
But this is us. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014, the day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, provoked, attacked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often, police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize the tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, and citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive, community-based events that help foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable to their sworn duties, be they politician, clergy, law enforcement, educators, etc., etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice applied equally to all, yes, all, regardless of class, creed, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives, yes, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. B. Cameron. Hey, everybody.
All right. And before we get to our guiding principles, a big shout out to Black Business Month and all of our brothers and sisters that are operating a business and being employers. And I've got a couple that we're going to talk about later on, 2 Black businesses that I patronize often. And I challenge everyone to do that. Go out of your way to support our Black businesses, because everyone else goes out of their way to support
Everybody else.
Right.
Even things that ain't real. I'm shutting up.
Okay. Yeah, man, how you gonna get us canceled? All right. We're not even out of Black August yet. These are our CSRN guiding principles. We came upon our guiding principles back in 2015 at the Movement for Black Lives convening. It was a convention of activists from all over America, primarily under 40. So I had to be the oldest person there. And these young people came up with their guiding principles. We took them and made some slight changes so that it fits CSRN and what we're doing here in Toledo. These are the CSRN guiding principles. All Black lives matter. Queer Black lives, trans Black lives, formerly and presently incarcerated Black lives, poor working class Black lives, wealthy Black lives, differently able Black lives, Black men and women lives, immigrant Black lives, Black elderly and children lives. All Black lives matter and are the creators of this space. We throw no one under the bus. We rise together. Ashe.
Ashe.
And Ashe means one who changes a thing or one who makes a thing happen. Thriving instead of surviving. Our vision is based on the world we want, not the one we're currently in. We seek to transform, not simply react. We want our people to thrive, not just exist. Think beyond the possible. Ashe?
Ashe.
Experimentation and innovation must be built into our work. Embrace the best tools, practices, and tactics, and leave those behind that no longer serve us. Ashe?
Ashe.
Evaluation and assessment must be built into our culture. Critical reflection must be a part of all of our work. We learn from our mistakes and our victories. Ashe?
Ashe.
Principal struggle can exist in a positive environment. We must be honest with one another by embracing direct, loving communication. Ashe?
Ashe.
Love, self-love is practiced in every element of all we do. Love and self-love must be a driver of our work and an indicator of our success. Without this principle and without healing, we will harm each other and undermine our movement. Ashe?
Ashe.
360-degree vision. We will honor past struggles and wisdom from elders. The work we do today builds the foundations of movements of tomorrow. We consider our mark on future generations. Ashe?
Ashe.
Self-care means we build resilient spaces by budgeting time, energy, and resources for healing. Self-care is a regular, consistent, intentional, and essential practice. Ashe?
Ashe.
The most directly affected people are experts at their own lives and should be in leadership at the center of our movement and telling their stories directly. Ashe?
Ashe.
Training and leadership development should be fundamental. Our movement must constantly grow and leadership must constantly multiply. Ashe.
Ashe.
And those are our guiding principles. And if you're looking to start a nonprofit, or if you're looking to just have your own, your own mission in ministry, have a mission statement, have a vision statement, have some guiding principles so that whenever someone joins on to do to work with you, they'll know the boundaries. So
right.
Now all of us that work with Jody, all of us that work with me, we know that we're respecting each other, we're being considerate for each other. You don't have to be what Jody is in order to join on. You don't have to be what I am or Haley or whomever. We all find this as our place to do what we need to do. Like, all right, that's my little thing for the guiding principle. What I'm gonna do right now, Jody, we're gonna go to commercial. We've got a dynamite guest today. All right. And we're hoping to have a couple of A new guest next week, but we've got a dynamite guest today. So just stay with us. This is the CSRN podcast, our weekend review. We'll be right back.
Canal.
En esta hermosísima ciudad de Orlando.
I'm here in Barranquilla, Colombia, and in sunny Miami. Daytona Beach, mis amigos, that's where we're at today.
Desde la ciudad de Cartagena, Colombia.
We are in Orlando right now, here in Florida.
I'm Helene Sheets, Director of Marketing and Communications at beautiful Lourdes University, and we've been a proud sponsor and supporter of Voces Latinas TV for over a decade. It has been a fantastic partnership. It's been our doorway into the Latino community. We've met so many incredible people, created so many partnerships. Our students absolutely love the connections we've made through Voces Latinas TV, and we're looking forward to at least another decade, 2 decades.
All right, we're about to go back live. As right now you see us on our B camera. As you see, you're hearing some sounds, some getting ready to get started. Hey, let's go ahead and get to our front facing camera. And I think we still have our guiding principles and all those here. All right, here we are. Family, we're back. This is CSRN podcast, our weekend review. And as always, whenever we have a special guest, and all of our guests are special, all right? We always ask them who they are, what are they wearing, and what are we talking about. So today is unlike any other day. So who are you? What are you wearing today? And what are we talking about?
My name is Ava Doyle, and I am wearing a pink blazer, jeans, and Louis Vuitton sandals.
Okay, all right. Name dropping. Hey, listen. I think Jody is standing right in front of the light. If you notice how dark everything got, why would he do that? All right, man. Even okay. All right. Yeah. That is true. All right. So, what are we talking about today?
I am a founder of a group called Season Grace. It's not just a support group, but it is a movement. A lot of women are out here suffering from emotional, physical, even financial abuse by the hands of other people, whether it be men or women. And they're suffering in silence. Nobody is talking about it because of shame and just the embarrassment of it. So this group is to bring more women together and remind them, for one, we are all extended a huge amount of grace and we need each other to move forward.
Okay, so the name of the ministry or the mission, the organization is Seasoned Grace. Now, I've heard of seasoned a lot of things. How did you come up with the name Seasoned Grace?
Well, from a lot of people out in the street, they say, well, she's a seasoned woman.
Okay.
And that means she's an older woman or she has experience.
True.
Well, I have a lot of experience in grace.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
all
God
right.
gave me seasoned grace because I have a lot of experience in grace.
All right. So why you and why now to lift up this issue and talk about it? Because it's not an easy issue to talk about. So man, why you and why now?
I've been through a lot in my life. I've been out here since I was 16 years old. Had my own apartment, my own car at 16. And through the grace of God, he kept me. But I had a lot of experience in dealing with people that didn't have experience in dealing with a good heart. So with that being said, my heart has been abused many times. That did not make me a victim. It just made me seasoned in grace. So now I can extend the same grace that God has extended me.
Okay, so I think we were talking earlier about this. A lot of people that I know, and particularly women that that experience trauma, man, you can't help but to be a victim. But what was it that propelled you or made you make that shift from the victim to now you're helping others? How did that happen for you?
My children. I have 2 sons, 23 and 17 next month. Just knowing that I couldn't show up as my best self. You can't show up as your best self if you're getting abused or you're being disrespected or mistreated. Even though you can be the best person in the world, the kindest, sweetest person, giving person in the world, but you will not show up as your best self if you are in those situations. So how can I show up as my best self as a mom if I'm being abused and disrespected? So that alone made me want to come out and help other women because of my past trauma. So now I'm here, I'm a victor, and I'm ready to help.
All right, and I'm looking at I'm trying to look at your flyer here. Let's put it up on the screen, and I want to talk about Seasoned Grace. Let me bring it up a little bit bigger on mine so I can read it. All right. Okay, this is a group for women. It says this group is for women that God has extended much grace to and also have been through abuse of every kind and overcame. And that alone is a big thing because we had said before, most of us that have experienced trauma, we don't want to talk about it. Most of us that has experienced trauma, we really want to isolate and disappear. But you're putting this out in the forefront so that women can come together and talk about this. So what type of response have you received from the women you've talked to and have shared things with?
A tremendous response. That's what really propelled me to go forward. because you don't really know who's going through this until you start chatting and conversating. And come to find out, you have corporate women, you have regular stay-at-home moms, you have blue-collar women. It's so many women that are out here going through this in silence and isolating themselves after they go to work. They try to do their best when they get home. I'm gonna cook for the kids. I'm gonna make sure that they eat. They're fed and they have clothes for tomorrow. But that's the bare minimum. Emotionally, they can't show up. So when the children come to you and they say, "Well, I have the issue. I have this problem. I have that problem," I was drained. I was drained emotionally. So I didn't really have that to give to my kids.
Right.
So my best thing was, come on, give mama a kiss and let's talk about it another time. And with that, that's prolonging whatever it is they're going through. And if they are going through trauma, which they are, because they are in the home where the trauma and the abuse is. So you can't even help them. You don't have the strength to help them. So basically that's pretty much what is pushing me, because so many women, it's a lot of women out here and we're dressed up, we look good. You wouldn't be able to tell that this lady is at home getting punched in her head, or this lady is at home and somebody is cussing her and disrespecting her or taking her money and abusing her and her children. You can't tell off sight.
Yeah. So, man, and I think that I'm really glad you're here and the things that you're saying, because the way it's portrayed is that the only ones of us that are abused are people like me that may not have a lot of money, that may live in a stressed neighborhood like I live in, may not be working. I'm barely working. If my boss is watching, I'm working hard. All right. But you just said that this could be anyone, or not just that particular economic demographic, or that where they live.
Yes.
So it matters not where they live.
No.
It matters not if they're college educated or if they have a GED. No. They can still experience that same level of trauma, disrespect, and abuse. All right. So I want to bring up your flyer again. How can anyone, if they wanted to reach you, there's a phone number at the bottom of the flyer. Takes a couple of minutes of delay for the flyer to get to her computer. All right. And I've got the phone number it's 567-288-4505. And it's on the screen. If you're watching now, this is Seasoned Grace. We've got Ava Doyle here. She started this from her own experience, and she took her experience and made something useful for all of us. All right, so there's a couple of things that we wanted to ask you in doing this type of work. How do you and self-care is a big thing with CSRN and how we organize. What is it that you do to kind of balance out at the end of the day or at the end of the week? How do you?
Prayer. Prayer. I spend time with the Lord to refresh myself, for one, and just give me a clear perspective on how the week went. What do I have that's moving forward? What's coming up next? But just prayer and that's a refreshing for me. It might not be for everyone else, but that is definitely a refreshing for me. And then talking to other women that have overcome, and the encouragement that you get from other women as you're encouraging other people. And just this is how I feel. When I find myself encouraging other people, it puts joy in my heart. So that is another refreshing.
That's great.
On my worst day, it seems like that's when I come across somebody that really could use a little bite of joy. And in me pouring that little bit of joy on them, it just boomerangs. It backfires on me. It gives me that joy that I need to keep going.
I heard someone tell me this is a saying that's often said within our recovery community or the Narcotics Anonymous community. I've heard this saying, you keep what you have by giving it away. Yeah. And for the women that have been impacted by abuse, neglect, and trauma, to have someone like you that know, and that's important too, that you've gone through it, so it's more likely that you will relate to those that are going through it, that you won't judge them, that you won't condemn them, you won't criticize or ridicule them, because you know that journey to get to a safe space from whoever that person is that's distributing, the pain. Another thing that we like to discuss at CSRN is gratitude. 3 things, Ava, that you're grateful for. What would those 3 things be, if you don't mind?
Awesome. My health and strength, God, and my children.
When did you realize you could do this? What happened? When did you realize? I always ask people, and Jody's going to be here later on. He'll talk about community updates, updates. We call them updates because that's what's up. All right. And I always ask him, okay, when did you become Jody? He wasn't always Jody. All right. Right. When did that happen? So, Ava, when did you become Seasoned Grace? When did that happen?
Actually, it was an overnight process. This summer, what made me just say, well, let's just go forward. Because like I said, there's so many women out here.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about it. Our job is to take care of the kids, take care of our husbands, which I am definitely grateful for my husband. I'm sorry, honey.
Oh, you didn't. Oh, yeah. Well, time out. All right. And Mr. I was gonna say. His name is. Why do I have it? I have your name is Ava Grace. Look, this computer software messed this thing up. That is not right. That whoever your husband is, that is not right. We're gonna fix this right now, Jody. Man, let's see if we can fix that. Okay, all right. Now we had her as Ava Grace from Season. All right. Your husband, how does he factor in all of this? Besides being an awesome brother, all right.
An awesome brother.
All right, that's right.
But we weren't always awesome to each other.
Mm-hmm.
We would exchange some harsh words to each other,
mm-hmm.
which that is emotional abuse.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think I just cussed him out or he just cussed me out. No, that is abuse. You have literally abused somebody with your words. And me and my husband know that well, where we abused each other with our words. And we have graduated from
That's
there.
Beautiful.
And now conversation is kinder, conversation is sweeter.
That's beautiful.
The respect level is there.
Okay, all right. Shout out to you. I don't know your name, but shout out to you for your growth. Man, any relationship, you're gonna have relationship problems.
Right.
All right. If you have a car, you're gonna have car problems. If you have children, you're gonna have those challenges. And it's no shame in my game that I've had all 3.
Right.
I've had all 3. But how else are we gonna figure it out if it doesn't exist? And once it exists, after we get over what I said, it's usually what I say. All right, how are we gonna right this thing? How are we gonna get back on course? All right. Is this relationship worth salvaging so that we get back on course? And if it is, let's get serious about this, even if we have to call a truce. All right. Yeah. We forgive each other. We're going to give each other grace and we're going to move forward. I'm not going to bring that thing up, Yvette, all right, that you said to me. All right, man, because you really got me good with that. All right. We're not going to rehash. We're going to move forward. And it's a great chance that if we decide to to move forward. It doesn't mean that it's going to be perfect.
Right.
One of us is going to slip up, and it's probably me, but I'm going to get back on because we made some headway. We made some advancement.
Right.
So yeah, okay. All right, that's awesome.
I think if the men, it's a men and a women thing where when the men are confident in who they are, they create an atmosphere for that woman to thrive. When the man is not confident in who he is, he creates a toxic relationship. And most people say, well, I used to think it was my job to create the atmosphere for my husband and my children. So I would pray like while he's at work and the kids are at school, I would pray and I would play worship music and calm things. And then sometimes my spirit would say, play comedy.
Okay.
So when they come in, laughter would be there, which I still believe it's part of my job to do that.
Right.
But I believe that it's a proven fact. When a man creates an atmosphere that is, for one, peaceful and safe, that woman will thrive.
I think Jody should be writing all this down, but he's on his phone. Y'all don't see it. He should be writing all this down. And I'm going to double down while you're correct. All right. And I will challenge anybody to challenge me on this, because if we're supposed to be the head, all right, then it's my job first to create a peaceful environment. It's not my wife. She should be responding to the environment that I create.
I agree.
I can create my own heaven or I can create my own hell. That starts with me. And if I can do that, and if we're in sync together, then we've got something. All right. It doesn't mean that if I do that, everything's going to go perfect. But you know what? I increase the likelihood.
Yes.
I increase the likelihood of this happening if I take that point right there. All right.
Yes.
So just in case somebody wanted to get at me in the inbox telling me that that I was doing some absolutes. No, I didn't say absolutely all the time. But us as men, we increase the probability that we can have a peaceful home. But we got to create that. We even got to atone first for the harm that we've done. Just don't come home and say, all right, I'm creating a peaceful home. No. Let's deal with you said yesterday and last week. We need to deal with that first. We're not going to do that forgive and forget thing.
Right.
We need to talk about this. So sit down. All right. I got a long list of things. And after that, and we should be able to take that. It's like, brother, you did it.
Right.
And then both of us have to reconcile, come together, and move forward as new. All right. Only then I think our relationships could be saved, salvaged, and then thrive.
In most families, women and children look up to the dad. I told my husband he is Superman. And
okay.
As long as he's Superman, then I'm gonna follow your lead if you lead me in the right direction. And me calling him Superman lets him know I'm older than my husband by 2 years.
Okay.
But it lets him know, for one, I look up to him. Number two, I respect him.
That's right.
And the children are the same way, whether you're a stepdad or a biological dad.
Right.
Children look up to the father. He is definitely Superman to the children too. So whatever atmosphere he brings to the home, we are going to honor it because he's Superman.
That's right.
Period.
All right. We either honor it or respond to it.
All
right. You might not like what you being responded to. So I think that's some great words for today. Ava, would you mind maybe coming back every once in a while to give your take on relationship,
absolutely
on thriving through trauma or just being that person that says, yes, I've gone through it and here's the way out. Here's the way. You're the way out. And there's no better person that I'd like to travel with to get out of the prison of despair.
I agree.
It's like one of those prison movies where they dug a tunnel and you going back to get people. And they got to trust that, no, I was here, but I dug a tunnel out and we're going to get under the fence. We're not going to come back in the mess hall. We're not going to come back up in the warden's office. You got to trust me. It's going to take some time. It's going to take some work. And you're going to have to dig within too, all right? Just not me. You're going to have to do some work. And through that, I think that we can make a great change in Toledo, and particularly for our women. And if our women change, it's game over.
Yeah.
All right. If our women change, then we change. Most of us will do what you allow us to. And we created that culture, right? So we have a hand in it. So we're not going to fix it as men. We're incapable of fixing you. So don't let none of us tell you that we know what it's like and we could don't. All right. That's no, that's a red flag right there. Or if a man tell you they know how to be a woman and teach you how to be a woman. No. It's going to take some bright women, some smart women to get together that know our foolery, all right, that know our lies, know our tricks, know our manipulation. No, don't let us tell you, all right? We'll stack the deck every time, all right? All right, I've been to all the meetings, all right? Hey, listen, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with Jody. We're going to talk about Black Business Month and a couple of Black business we want to promote. We're going to talk about Black August, and as well as some events that's coming up in the city of Toledo. This is the CSRN podcast. Hey, but thanks for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any woman that is going through any kind of trauma, you do not have to call the number. You can actually text the number, and we can text and chat until you're comfortable with us. And once you get comfortable with us, then you can decide to call, and then you can decide to come out and meet with us. All right?
See, that's the difference of women to women. We'll have you messed up. Just call. Oh, man. This is beautiful. Thanks, Ava, for coming through. Hope you enjoyed your stay, and we really need you that queen energy to come back, all right, and join us. Hey, this is the CSRN podcast, a week in review. We'll be right back.
Audio Jungle.
All right, we're back. This is the CSRN podcast, a week in review. If you're viewing the podcast and if it seems like the room is getting dark, we've got a unique space that we've made a makeshift studio. We're in it's like a glass room. So depending on what's happening outside, it affects the lighting. Hey, it is what it is. This is pure grassroots organizing and podcasting and showcasing the businesses in our community that we believe that you need to know about. And Seasoned Grace is one of those businesses. that we think you need to know about. That's our sister Ava Doyle, that started this as a way that women can talk about their trauma, and she can assist them in how to get through, how to break through, how to get free. And hopefully when they improve, the families improve. So, hey, that's also my Black business, for this week too. All right.
That
Season grace. And I want to back it up just a little bit, because this is Black August, and I'm trying to find my artwork for Black August. I had it here.
Well, I can tell you on the screen on our update what sits in front of me. It lets me see the reaction. So when guests come on here, they won't have to be on their phone like you guys see I am. Producer job and stuff, but the screen right here that you guys can kind of get a glimpse of is our delay camera. So we're watching you, watch us, watch you, and all that good stuff. And for our guests, again, they don't have to be there. They get the Super Bowl delay of about 5 to 10 seconds to see what they look like on the show.
Okay. And we're honoring Black August this month. And Black August is an annual month-long observance dedicated to honoring Black freedom fighters, political prisoners, and the global resistance against racial and colonial oppression. This originated in California's San Quentin prison in 1979. It commemorates key historical figures like George and Jonathan Jackson, as well as major milestones in Black liberation. It started by incarcerated activists, and this is George Jackson, a Black Panther Party member and the author who was killed during the prison riot revolt in August 21st of 1971. This honors Jonathan P. Jackson, who died August 7, 1970 at the age 17 during an attempt to free the Soledad brothers. Now, there's 4 core practices that we practice during Black August. One is to study. That's reading and sharing political education regarding systematic racism, history, and social change. Number 2 is fasting. That's refraining from food or luxury items during specific days to show discipline, solidarity with prisoners. The next is training. That's training on physical and mental wellness. And lastly is fighting. That's engaging in active community organizing and social justice advocacy. These are some of the core principles of Black August, and both Jody and I and others embrace these principles, because Black August is maybe one of the misunderstood or lesser known Black holidays that we experience. But unfortunately, for a lot of our brothers and sisters that are in the that are confined citizens, they end up most times being forgotten. But we wanted to do for this month is to lift them up and let them know that we're here, that we see you. You matter. Your contribution matters. Everything that you do behind prison walls that affect us here outside, and allowing us to have a Black August to talk about, to advocate for our brothers and sisters that are still confined citizens. That means a lot to us at CSRN. Jody, I had one other article I wanted to share, and let me get the right artwork. Yeah, this is regarding Israel and the roadblock to Middle East peace. This is from this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. This is a weekly publication that the brothers from the Nation of Islam and the sisters pass out, distribute, and sell. And this paper has been around since 1979 as the Final Call newspaper. It was known as the Muhammad Speaks long before then. And this is from this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. This is from the 1973 book, Fall of America, by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He said in this book, America and England deposited their little brother Israel on foreign soil, Palestine, which is Arab land. They deprived the Arabs of their own land and sent them into exile. This injustice against Arabs is now costing America the power and authority that she once exercised in the East. She is on her way out of the Near East. This means bloodshed and plenty of it. Now, mind you, this book, Fall of America, you can get it on store.finalcall.com, was printed in 1973. This is the recent article right here that I'm going to read. In a recent Israeli cabinet meeting, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu doubled down on a message to the Trump administration. He said, I have heard people saying you didn't say it, so I'm here saying it. Israel does not accept the 15-point document. He spoke in response to a framework agreement reached months ago by President Donald Trump's so-called Board of Peace in Washington, a document that lays out steps Hamas and Israel would take to end the conflict, one being Israel's gradual withdrawal from Gaza. Mr. Netanyahu, whose country receives several $billion in U.S. military aid, added that Israel's military will not carry out any withdrawal until Hamas is disarmed. So check this story out and other stories in this week's edition of the Final Call newspaper. Let me find the artwork for this week's Final Call newspaper. It's right there. The headline is A Forgotten Genocide, and there's an article to check out in the center of the paper, The Fabric of Faith by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So check that paper out. We've got some issues here at Mott Branch Library, and you'll probably find us on the corners of Bancroft and Detroit this weekend with this edition of the Final Call. Jody, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut it down for my part right there. Are there some things going on in the community that you needed to let everyone know about? And then we'll close out with 5 minutes of heat.
All right, everybody. Excuse my cough and stuff like that. As I mentioned, the other things that we got floating in the air, unfortunately, here in the good old 419.
What? Oh, well, all right. I'm here with you. Oh, all right.
Well, the factory.
Okay, all right.
Particles. We still got California in the air, and even though it is not as bad or as visible as Canada was last month,
that's true.
You know, that does bother people in some aspects. So, anyway, just for things going back to last week, in case you missed it and stuff going on, Brother Washington has a couple of things I believe he went to himself, since I'm locked in the kitchen for the foreseeable future.
Okay, when you say locked in the kitchen, I don't want people looking at me like, oh, that's why he gained weight. No, I don't have Jody locked in my kitchen cooking. You might have to explain that.
But that does transition into, because we wanted to do that before Sup Date, since this is Black Business Awareness Month. I want to give a shout out to my establishment where I work at, Cliche, 2114 Alexis Road, or West Alexis in Toledo, Ohio.
All right, Cliche.
Shout out to Kenyatta and all my staff, all my crew, from the bartenders to the bar backs to my other chefs to the people that's been having us there since I think, I started Thursday. I haven't had a day off. I'm going in tomorrow, but for all the other people, we are having, if you've seen the information about Park Jam this weekend, which I'll be going to later on in this updates, we have moved it to Cliche. So all of the things that were going on at Karma are going to happen at Cliche this weekend. So all the fun stuff.
All right.
Shout out to her, and also shout out to TRL, which is the organization with Tracy and Lance and some other people, country and stuff, that are putting on the Park Jam. So those are my Black business owners, entrepreneurs, all that good stuff for today's episode.
That's what's up.
You got a couple before I start?
No, I did mine with Seasoned Grace.
Okay.
All right, Seasoned Grace is going to be my Black business for the week.
All righty. So going back to last week, we have, if you were able to make it, things came in the way right there. But if you were able to make it last Saturday, nope, we'll go back to Saturday. Yeah. Saturday, August 8th, there was the Meet Your Neighbors community event at the Avalon Place Apartments. This was in, and again, I have stuff from all over the place. I try and keep it local as possible. But this was
all good.
The Avalon Place Apartments in Fairborn, Ohio. That was 118 Yellow Springs Road, Fairborn. It was a community event put on by Chuck Harris. So if you're able to make that, that was at 1 o'clock. Saturday, August 8th, there was the 2026 Create Community Peace Fest. And this was at 6901 Providence Street in White House, Ohio. That was put on by Carrie Patrick Clark Music and Ordinary Pioneer. It was a whole peace music festival that went on from 2 p.m. until 8:30. Saturday, August 8th, there was Uncloistered Poetry with Joni McKentry, our former poet laureate. Shout out to everybody that has been able to make it, because I haven't been there this whole summer. I miss y'all, but that's okay. Change. If you've been reading my page, you see a whole bunch of stuff about change in 5 minutes to eat today. But that was at the Attic, 1701 Adams, Toledo, Ohio, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. They do that once every month. I believe it is the second Saturday of every month. So if you are looking for an open mic to attend, I highly recommend that one. Saturday, August 8th, there was a second Saturday salon with the Toledo Earthship. All my friends, Nick Botek and Monica and everybody. It was hosted by Sean Nestor. This event went on from 6 p.m. until 406 Irving Street, and that's in Toledo, Ohio. Moving on to Saturday, August 8th. Job again. Cliche, we had a health and wellness cocktail event that went on from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. That is 2114 West Alexis Road. Sunday, August 9th, there was the Stroke and Sip Cabaret year number 2. Shout out to Sunkiss, Ty, or Respect Your Crown, Respect Your Mic, however you might know her.
Right.
This was their second year event.
Good job with that.
Yep. Trilby Rental Hall, 5745 Gay Street, Toledo, Ohio. That was from 7 to 10 p.m. On Friday, I think I went back too long, but that's okay. Friday, August 14th, there was the artist reception that was put on by Audrey Johnson, who is of Unbound Artistry and everything like that. Shout out to them. The event was by Just Toledo at 909 Jefferson Avenue. It was from 6 to 8 p.m. Saturday, August 15th, there was the Mass Market. That's the art gallery. It used to be over on the east side. Chris Rodriguez, or Chili as most people know him. Mind and Soul Gallery Studio. That was from noon until 6 p.m. at 500 Madison Avenue. And moving forward, we had Sunday, August 16th. There was the Summer Art, Music, Poetry, and Activist Celebration. This was Bebop Records, good friend of the show.
Okay, I'm John. All right.
Yep, at 1936 North Cove Boulevard, Toledo, Ohio. It was from 1 p.m. until 8 p.m. And then on Monday, August 17th, there was the Bench to the Block. It was ever wonder what judges actually do? They had a whole bunch of judges get a chance to meet you and talk. This was from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. over at Sophia Quintero Art and Cultural Center, 1222 Broadway Street. They had a few judges, Myra Duhart, Ian English, Amy Stoner, Tom Puffenberger, and let me see this name. I cannot pronounce your name. But if you see the flyer and all that stuff, they were all out there. Also, we had I'm a polar bear, so I say this with all the reluctance in my soul and stuff. If you're from Toledo, you know. But Scott had their annual reunion class thing and stuff like that. So shout out to all the people that got to be a Bulldog for today, even if you didn't go to the school. It's a Toledo thing. If you're not from Toledo and you're watching from everywhere else in the world, you should come here and find out about us and Jeep and all that good stuff. Because was that last week too?
Yeah.
That
now all the Scott people that heard him say that y'all had a class thing, all right, we'll be leaving the library probably about 7:15. All right, he's got the blue.
That's okay. We beat everybody. You know what? Not gonna talk about that.
See,
that's
all right,
old school stuff. Is I always wear my blue. But anyway, so those are the things. And yeah, was Jeep Fest last week or week before last?
I think it was last week.
Yeah, so you had that go. Yeah, that's right. That's where all the traffic and stuff. So yeah, Jeep Fest. There was other couple marathons, I believe, that were running and stuff like that. And then we had the one marathon that Brother Washington's going to tell you about because I was at work, unfortunately.
This was the African American Men's Wellness Day or Black Men's Wellness Day. That was last Saturday. They were posted up or organized in front of Scott High School. I didn't go to Scott, but I respect it. I respect it more than Jody does. So if y'all looking for us, you'll know which one. Okay, you know which one. All right. But to all those that organized that day to make Black men's health important, shout out to everyone. Shout out to the Be Right Back running club. And we hope to have Trayvon or some of the other people from Be Right Back on in the next coming week. And for everybody that organized and all those that set up tables, CSRN, we had a table there. Shout out to Blair Johnson. I saw Blair Johnson, Randall. I saw Bishop Randall from the Randall Parker.
Right.
I saw him. I love seeing him, but I just mess up his name. And so many. Paul Hicks Hudson saw her, and everybody got some buttons from us. They got the Final Call newspapers from us.
It was like the African American Jeep Festival.
Right, sort of, kind of. I'm gonna just say sort of, kind of. So, big shout out to all the Black men that are not afraid to get checked. Man, I mean, imagine you driving your car for 30,000 miles without an oil change or without a tune-up. Man, that's
every
that's
3 months if your health insurance allows it is a good benchmark to stay.
Right, and especially some of us that are up in age, you need to have
I'm not in that club, so
you're not in that club, but I am. So, but really, shout out to everybody that organized the Black Men's Wellness Day with the walk and the run and all the fraternities that were there sharing, their space. Participating along with everyone. Big shout out to all of them.
Yep. So here's the part of the show where if you haven't found about something going on this week, I'm going to tell you. Yeah. So starting off today, there is the Unplugged Soul Sessions at Toll House. That is 1447 North Summit Street, Toledo, Ohio. If you like open mics, if you like karaoke, I did go there a couple times last month. This month, again, been at work since Thursday. I haven't had a day off, so not today. But, if you are able to make it, it's a great crowd, great music, and host and stuff like that. If you want to be brave enough to get on the mic,
that's right.
Suggest that you do. And that is going on currently right now until 10 p.m., 10:30-ish. Coming up tomorrow, which is my favorite event of the week. We were off last month, but we are back. The event that actually created me 11 years ago, Poetry and Soul Sessions with K. Renee.
Okay.
And that is also at Toll House, 1447 North Summit Street. They have some special guest features, which is Marcus Williams and Sunkiss, who I mentioned earlier, Ty from doing a Sip and Paint Cabaret and stuff. Cover at the door, and then you can still go on Eventbrite right now. Make sure you sign up. If you haven't signed up, hit up K or the event to make sure you get on the list. The last 3 shows we've had, we have not been able to make it out the list, and it's been standing room only. So make sure you show up. And you'll see me tomorrow too, as well. Coming this Thursday as well, 3:00 p.m. as I was talking about being down at Promenade Park and everything like that. And hopefully no rain and good weather. There is the Chalk the Walk 2026 in honor of overdose and awareness. This event is put on by NOS, Harm Reduction, and a whole lot of other organizations. Yeah. This is going to be at 400 Water Street, Toledo, Ohio. From what I know for artists, I'll be doing my 3rd mural there consecutively. We can be there. There is a register. So if you can get a chance to go onto their Facebook, let them know you're coming. I'm going to show up regardless. But artists can get there at 10 a.m. The event starts at 3 p.m. I'm going at 10 because I have to be to work at 3. But anyway.
I'm like, okay. So all right.
Yeah. Anyway. But yeah, so I'm not sure what spot I'll have. Hopefully I'll have another good spot, and it'll be a completely different tree. After this year, I'll probably do a succession just to encourage more artists to get off the computer and chat GPT and stuff and draw something for real, something that erase. Okay. Anyway, yes, I'm very that way.
Okay, all right.
But the event is from 3 until 7 p.m. There is a ceremony at 6:30. Promenade, Toledo, Ohio, this Friday. Yeah, because that's also when I believe the Park Jam starts. So if you've never been to a Park Jam in Toledo, Ohio, you should definitely come to a Park Jam. I'm surprised I do not have the, okay, so that's the Saturday. So I'm jumping ahead of myself. We're going to go back to Friday, everybody out there listening. But this Friday at 7 p.m., there is the Making Room live event with one of my favorite artists, Nate Hicks. This is going to be at 115 North Michigan Street, Toledo, Ohio. I believe tickets are still on sale. You can check out his page. He just put up some more promo. It looks very, very good. Very, very real. Very, very human. I remember when he came to my open mic and many, many years ago. Well, not many, many years. My second round of hosting open mics and stuff when we were at Marcus's Grill and Groove right there on Bancroft and stuff. And he used to come, and I used to hold the mic stand for him and stuff like that. He has come a very long way. So if you're listening out there, Nate Hicks, I am very proud of the work that you put into your career. Moving forward, this Saturday at 10 a.m., something I believe we do have the flyer for.
Let's find it. I think we do.
The 4th annual Communities Against Gun Violence March and Unity Day. This is held by Janelle Ector, who is also an author friend of mine and a good person to know in the community. This is going to be over at Smith Park at 998 Dorr Street. That's basically right outside here in our headquarters and stuff. So the march it's probably going to be earlier, but it says the event starts at 10 a.m. So I'm going to definitely try to be there at 9. It's Saturday. Oh, we got the flyer and everything up right there. So if you want to know more information, contact Janelle. She could probably give you some more information about what's going on. Now, that evening, there is the Strictly R&B Park Jam. Company and organization, TRL, that I shouted out earlier, Tracy and all of them. Yep. So that is going to be the concert from 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. There are some different rules. As this is not going to be this is going to be my first time not being able to be there because we'll be at my spot. We have Tweet coming. So shout out to us and Cliche and doing the brunch.
The artist Tweet?
The artist Tweet. She's going to be there on the 23rd. We're doing the brunch special for her, which again, you can book us at Cliche, contact Kenyatta, and we'll make it happen within our kitchen. But the Strictly Park R&B and Park Jam, they have, and I know they should have that on there. If you haven't heard about it, haven't seen tickets, Tracy might still be out somewhere on the corner selling tickets, but you have to check his page. But we have John B. and Next on stage, and then we also have Try and look at the other guests that's going to be there. There's going to be a few people on stage and stuff. It doesn't say who will be local there, but every year they also include local artists and stuff, because it's not just about the celebrities and stuff.
That's right.
We can bring in our city. It's about the people in our city that we can uplift and show that they can do this too. So that is going on. And then let's see, there are a couple more things. No, before we come back, because that's Friday. Yeah, that's the 60th annual. So if there is anything that you know of that I haven't been made aware of, there's one more thing I'm going to say. Maycumber, the celebration or reunion or after party or whatever it might be, has also been moved to Cliche. Trip Fontaine, who was going to be at Karma, is hosting an R&B poetry night on Thursday. I might get pulled out the kitchen. We shall see. But that will also be at Cliche and not Karma. So if you're planning on doing that, I hope to see your face, maybe hear your voice, because I believe it's going to be on the patio. All of our open mics and stuff, like when Nate was there last month, it was on the patio. So if you haven't got a chance to check out our patio, we are a no-cover cashless. I'll repeat that again. No-cover cashless upscale nightclub, bar, cigar lounge, and restaurant.
Okay,
yeah,
so
all that good stuff.
They do it all there at Cliche.
Yeah, yes, we do.
Does Cliche have a slogan yet?
Trauma in my voice. We are the home of the elite.
All right, the home of the elite. Okay,
Yep.
I got. All right.
So if you come through the doors, that's the first thing you should hear. If you don't, let one of us know, because somebody's not doing their job.
All right.
And that is, I believe, all the things that I have for upcoming. Again, let us know. You can either tag me or tag CSRN if you want a shameless plug, because we are not charging, even with our commercials, which some people have asked me about how much do y'all charge. We can charge, but we don't charge for these services because it is the logo at? The first letter of our name, which is
it's community.
So,
and with Jody, it's going to be broke in a minute. All right, but hey, if you want, can I pay some bills right now?
We can pay some bills and then we go on 5 minutes of heat.
All right. If you like what we do, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook, listen to us on Spotify, and for our YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification, and like. If you want to support what we do, that's the hashtag CSRN419. PayPal, as you see, is CSRN419. We do have our Black Lives Matter signs. We've got some in the studio, $20 each. Hit us up on our inbox. We do have our Defund the Police. We should have the Flock Toledo.
Yeah, we need to get some new ones made.
Flock Toledo signs.
Flock Toledo sounds.
All
awesome.
right. Okay, so we'll put that out in the air and see which sign company wants to, make our signs for us.
Yep.
All right. And soon we're going to have our CSRN of Toledo yard signs. Those are still in the making right now. And we want to just thank everyone throughout the last 6 years of just this podcast only thing that have supported us, that support us by making our backdrops, our signs. All those things in the back are real. It's not a screen or anything. We can actually take these down and pop up at your.
We do take these down every single episode, as you saw a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, I was going to say pop up at your protest or at the mayor's house or
the cookout.
Whoever's organizing these block signs, block things that's going up. Yeah, we could do that too. Hey, listen, this is the time that we shut everything down, and we do it in a unique way. We use creative expression instead of just saying meeting adjourned. We have something called 5 minutes of heat, and we took that from the song from Houdini, 5 Minutes of Funk. And if you know CSRN, everything in our studio we've taken from Marcus Garvey, NAACP, Nation of Islam, whomever, whatever. If it's Black, I best believe we got it in here.
Events we've been to,
right?
Things we've done.
So we took that song, we took that title, and made it how we close things out. And for the past 6 years of the podcast, Jody has been our resident 5 minutes of heat person for the for the other 6 years when we were organizing in person before COVID. Jody was that person. We may have somebody that would be a guest 5 minutes of heat, but
every now and then.
But we appreciate you, Jody. We don't take you for granted for every time you bring something. Hey, what are you bringing today?
I'm still looking at you, Hunter, as well. I want you to come on the show. Give me a break for a moment. But there's one more also thing I wanted to announce that's going on in the community today, and you still have time to get there if you have kids and stuff like that. And as another Black entrepreneur company and business, Premier Screenings LLC is having their community movie night. They do this, I want to say, at least once or twice a month. But this is going on today at dusk, starts at 7-ish. Movie starts at sunset. They got concessions available. Bring a long chair or blanket. It is a free, I emphasize, free event. It's going to be at Bennett Park today, 4974 Bennett Road, Toledo, Ohio. They are showing the movie Migration. Heard of it?
Yeah, I think it's one of those Disney.
Yeah, one of them
yeah.
digital animated movies and stuff like that for the kids. I could see ducks and some other ducks and some rubber duckies. Like we have the whole rubber ducky with Jeep and stuff like that. So hopefully you're able to make it out there instead of paying the big prices of movie theaters. If all of y'all saw Spider-Man, no spoilers. I haven't seen it. Probably won't see it for a while. But either way, so for 5 minutes of heat, I actually finished something just today before I came into the radio show after leaving my restaurant. And it kind of goes along with the theme of like the last piece, I believe, heavy emotions, aggressively leading into new growth. And this one is called Growing Pains. So let's begin. Peace. Don't let the pain of new growth stunt your progress. It's supposed to be hard and hurtful and terrifying and terrify you because you're doing something you've never done before. Let the hard work temper you and prepare you for the progress you are about to make. New growth is ugly, messy, confusing, odd-looking, terrifying, time-consuming, and not for everyone, yes, not for everyone to lay eyes upon or hear about it or even know that you went through it later on in life. Don't be discouraged because things are changing and you may not fully understand or know the outcome. You're going to lose friends, family, and opportunities you think you may want. Just don't slip back into old habits because they feel safe or calm or comfortable because you'll be exactly in the same place you were when you started your journey. Growth is hard. And just because you see somebody or hear about someone who's already there, you don't know the nightmares, terrors, or sacrifices they had to make that they'll never be able to publicize because they left them behind them. And the further you'll get, there will be more temptations to call you back to whatever you decided to grow from. But stay the path, and eventually you'll reach your goals. There is no time limit. Yes, there is no time limit. One more time, there is no time limit on healing, growth, or your personal journey. So comparing yourself to others' success will only stop you from looking forward. Some things, yes, some things deserve to be left in the past. And that version of you people once knew may be the thing they should just remember and congratulate you on how far you've come. Don't let the pain of new growth stunt your progress. In peace.
And as always, we snap our fingers. Want to thank you for that, because I think we talked to Sister Ava earlier about making that change, and and not going back. So big shout out to you, Jody, and everybody that tuned in today. And big shout out for everybody that's going to tune in later, because everybody that watch our podcast aren't the ones that watch it live. We should have something for those that watch it live. Well,
appreciate you very much.
Yeah, we do. All right, so next week we're celebrating Black Business Month. Next week we're celebrating Black August, and as always, all lives can't matter until Black lives matter, and Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Justice or else?
Yeah.
Peace.